What's up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. The world of digital currency is on fire today with the news that could reshape your investment strategy. XRP is making moves with their new stablecoin. Microsoft is also making headlines, but is it positive? And there's a dramatic courtroom twist that you won't see coming. The cryptocurrency market has been volatile with investors seeking stability amidst fluctuating prices. Ripple's introduction of RLUSD as stablecoin aims to provide the stability by pegging to the United States dollar, offering a solution for those looking for less risk in their crypto hold. Microsoft shareholders voted no on buying Bitcoin, possibly signaling a lack of confidence in crypto for some major corporations, leaving investors uncertain and not really understanding what's going on with this institutional adoption. We're also going to be following up on a case that may be very important to your crypto portfolio from a while back. Are you owed more crypto? Well, there's a case of a CEO pleading guilty, but then having his sentencing canceled. But during this whole commotion, there's news that you may be getting a refund of the coins that they owe you. We're going to be covering all of that plus a lot more in today's video. Time is of the essence. XRP's RLUSD could be the game changer you've been waiting for, stabilizing your portfolio right before we potentially see a market surge. Is Microsoft's decision going to signal a shift in big tech's approach to crypto? But wait, there's more. If you watch this video until the end, I'm going to give you an exclusive sneak peek at our new crypto community platform, Altcoin Pro. This is where you'll connect with like-minded investors, get real-time insights, and access to tools that could amplify your investment strategy. So if you're feeling bullish about this current bull market, let me know by commenting 777 down below. And if you are going to be the first millionaire in your family, confirm that by smashing that subscribe button.
Shit! I wasn't, huh? I told you motherfuckers.
Whoa! Whoa, shit.
Call the cops!
So if you've bought meme coins lately, this is probably how you feel. This guy's trying to return his purchase. Now, obviously, this is not of meme coins, but for those of you out there that have been through this recent pullback in the market, freaking out about what is going on, I saw this video and I just had to bring it to you guys. But this was actually a pretty sad story here. Utah man drives his car through the front of a Mazda dealership just hours after purchasing the car from the same dealership. This incident happened in Sandy, Utah, after the man was told he couldn't return the car. And that just reminded me of some of the times when you find yourself a nice altcoin gem and you ape into it, and then all of a sudden it doesn't go up. So you just want to return those coins as soon as possible, unfortunately at a loss. But we have a lot of great stuff we're going to be covering for you today. We will also be diving into major news over here on X, what's going on. We're also going to check the charts for XRP. Was the RLUSD launching a catalyst that would finally turn us back around? We did reach exactly into our 4-hour supply and demand zone here, but we'll dive more into this later on, looking for supports and resistance along the way. Also, for some humor to break it up a little bit, I thought this was kind of funny here. Cat Turd posted out Governor Justin Trudeau of the great state of Canada. Donald Trump posted out over on Truth Social. It was a pleasure to have dinner the other night with Governor Justin Trudeau of the great state of Canada. I look forward to seeing the governor again soon so we may continue our in-depth talks on tariffs, trade, and the results of which will be truly spectacular for all. DJT. And if you're not familiar, Justin Trudeau just recently came to discuss tariffs in the United States at Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump. Well, just earlier today, Justin Trudeau was asked a question about the tariffs, and he was talking all tough about how he's going to respond back with tariffs of their own. And then Donald Trump posted this out immediately after. And before we get into more details on the RLUSD, Eric Trump explains why Bitcoin is better investment than real estate. And if you're not aware, there is a Bitcoin conference going on right now. Let's take a listen.
Over the last 4 years. Amazing. Well, we really appreciate it, and we appreciate the support of your father. So one of the things that sort of really took me by surprise is just how much I spoke with your brother at Nashville, actually, Don Jr., and we were talking, and I was just amazed at how sort of educated you've become. You really seem to have understood the technology a lot. This wasn't just like, oh, people like Bitcoin, I guess we'll be pro Bitcoin. It seems like you've really done your homework. What has that process been like for you and your family?
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a bricks and mortars guy. I've spent my entire life walking construction sites, and
And people always ask, okay, you build buildings, you build golf courses, you build commercial buildings, you operate these buildings every day. Kind of why the love? Because I think they can hear the real sincerity in our voices, right? Where these aren't sound bites. And if you really look at real estate, it's tangible. You can feel it. It has energy. And when you look at Bitcoin, it's actually very much the same, but it has so many of the counterbalances that might otherwise be considered flaws of real estate. And listen, we're a real estate family. It's what we love. It's what we know. We know it better than anybody. But if you want to talk about a hedge against real estate, I mean, think about something that's immediately liquid. Yep. Right. And that's what cryptocurrency is. If I have a hotel, I can spend 5 years, I can build a hotel. If I want to sell that hotel, it could take me 2 years to sell that property. Now, there are a lot of benefits to real estate. There's a lot of leverage benefits to real estate. There's a lot of tax benefits to real estate. But real estate is illiquid. What's a better hedge to real estate than something that's instantaneously liquid, right? I mean, what's has more downside protection than something that you can literally fit in a key fob in a ledger in your pocket? You can't move real estate. I can't take Trump Tower on 57th and 5th. It'd be tough, right? And move that over to London if London happens to be a better market, or I can't move that to Singapore or the UAE where we are right now. So something that can be transported very easily, right? It's digital currency. It doesn't have fees. There's no brokers. There's no bankers, there's no lawyers, there's no title companies, there's no middlemen, there's no risk of fire, there's no risk of floods or tornadoes or hurricanes, right? I mean, there's a lot of downside protections that crypto can have that real estate, being a tangible hard asset, it doesn't have. And so I look at the two in concert. I look at this being an unbelievable hedge to this. I also look at crypto, as I said before, as something that people can get into who might not have our last name, might not have our balance sheet. I mean, afford a full building or a house. Congratulations, 99% of people, and this is no disrespect, they can't go out and build a 70, 80-story building on Fifth Avenue in New York. The entry costs are too high. Not to mention, they'll never find the piece of land, they'll never get it entitled, they'll never get it permitted. But they can put into an asset that historically has actually, over the last number of years, has had significant levels of return higher than most real estate. And that's a beautiful thing. And, you take people in developing countries and developing nations, people who otherwise don't have a chance, and crypto actually gives them a chance to invest, a chance to succeed, a chance to maybe get lucky and transform their lives. And that's a beautiful thing. And I think it's going to be, listen, it's the future. Make no mistake, it's the future. And
Bitcoin is the future. And speaking of the future, big news for the future of United States here. Take a look at this. Just in, President-elect Trump says anyone investing over $1 billion in the United States will receive expedited approvals and permits. And the very first post on my feed here sounds like a good deal at Ripple, because we know that Ripple is a US-based company. And remember, Ripple was planning on leaving the United States because of what was going on with Gary Gensler at the SEC, but now this is extremely bullish. Fine, I'll invest $1 billion, buy Bitcoin with it. President-elect Trump announced expedited approvals for permits and anyone investing over $1 billion in the US. And more huge news for Bitcoin. This is really interesting stuff here, guys. I know we're gonna talk about Ripple and RLUSD and XRP here in just a couple minutes, but all of this Bitcoin positive news rolling out has been spectacular. Obviously, we have the negative news we're going to cover as well with the Microsoft situation. But just in, $3 trillion asset manager Goldman Sachs says it will evaluate participating in Bitcoin or Ethereum markets if regulators permit. And we know regulation is coming. We know that the Treasury Department is going to be pro-crypto. We know that the SEC will soon be pro-crypto, and on and on. So the world is changing over to blockchain, and it's going to be amazing. $3 trillion asset manager Goldman Sachs says it will evaluate participating in Bitcoin or Ethereum markets if regulators permit. Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon spoke at Reuters' next press conference about the firm's future in crypto, saying that further investments in Bitcoin would be evaluated. Goldman Sachs continues showing interest in Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies. What is the other cryptocurrency? Is that going to be XRP as well? Back in November, Goldman Sachs submitted its 13F filing to the US SEC. According to the filing, the financial giant holds around $710 million worth of Bitcoin ETFs already as of September 30th. The BlackRock iShares BTC ETF is the preferred pick from Goldman Sachs, with the firm holding $461 million. The increase in Goldman Sachs holding highlights its bullishness on Bitcoin. Many had anticipated a rally if Donald Trump won the presidential election, which came to fruition. BTC hits the all-time high of 93,000 at that time on November 13th. And since then, BTC surpassed 100K multiple occasions, but is currently at 94 grand. Furthermore, Goldman Sachs also released a note earlier this week revealing its stance on crypto entering into 2025. The investment bank's crypto trading desk is reportedly open for business with a variety of offerings. These include BTC and ETH, CME futures clearing, along with OTC non-deliverable forwards, NDF, and options, NDO. Institutional crypto adoption appears to be growing, and Goldman Sachs could be one of the biggest dominoes to fall in the area. So things are ramping up. Obviously, we're having a pullback, but there's still huge positive talk coming out from institutions, massive corporations, that Bitcoin is going to be moving forward. And along with that, obviously, potentially Ethereum will come along with it. XRP is going to be in a league of its own. Will XRP overtake Ethereum? Will it even overtake Bitcoin? There's talks, but there was also talks of Microsoft voting yes on Bitcoin Reserve, but they decided to vote no. The shareholders voted it down. The company's board opposed the resolution, citing Bitcoin's purported volatility as a negative factor, which is very much a bummer considering the price just dropped during the vote. Was that an issue? Why? Or did people already know that this was going to be a no, so that caused some FUD in the market, so they started dumping their Bitcoin? A lot of people were really highly anticipating this, a trillion-dollar company investing billions of dollars in Bitcoin to help surge the price. The National Center for Public Policy Research, a pro-free market think tank based in Washington, D.C., had proposed the resolution, framing it as a corporate duty to provide value to its shareholders through profit diversification. The NCPPR submitted a pre-recorded video outlining their proposal, which was played during the shareholders meeting. The video, which opened with the line, "Microsoft can't afford to miss the next technology wave, and Bitcoin is that wave," was replete with charts and figures demonstrating the potential value of holding. Now, what's also interesting, if you remember, back in the day, they say that Steve Jobs tried to sell the idea of the iPhone to Microsoft. They turned it down. He went on to create the next big technology in the world. And now people are starting to say that this is parallel to that same scenario. Is Microsoft missing the boat? The proposal did point out Bitcoin was more volatile than corporate bonds and thus advised against holding too much of it, but also advised against risking shareholder value by ignoring Bitcoin altogether. In a 14A filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Microsoft board formally recommended against the proposal. In its remark, the board called the proposal unnecessary and said the company already carefully considers this topic, stating, as the proposal itself notes, volatility is a factor to consider in evaluating cryptocurrency investments for corporate treasury application that requires stable and predictable investments to ensure liquidity and operational funding. So let me know down below, do you think Microsoft is missing the boat here? Because I do. I think Microsoft's making a huge mistake. Yes, we might be nearing a top of the 100K and then maybe 125K this market cycle. It may then dip down, but long-term holding for your clients and for your shareholders is very important. Much of the proposal's text appears to rely on the fear of missing out, or FOMO. The proposal cited both MicroStrategy and BlackRock's Bitcoin adoption as motivational factors. And then, of course, as we covered a couple of days ago, the NCPPR has also given Amazon similar guidance. Amazon has their vote coming up soon. So will Amazon be buying? If Amazon buys and Microsoft didn't, Microsoft's going to get like, oh no, we probably should have. And then they're going to file in line later. Before we get into the RLUSD news, I've got this and then one other article here. The biggest liquidation since 2021. That's what just happened to everybody. That's why people are freaking out. Why does the market dump and wipe out almost $2 billion in 24 hours? Well, here's what happened. Coinbase traders started to sell off. Coinbase traders began selling 1 hour before the major dump, and the sell pressure pushed the liquidation like a domino. Liquidation cascades triggered the biggest drop. Once the market hit a key liquidation zone, it was game over. Over-leveraged positions started to close. Stop losses were triggered, creating a chain reaction. Now, if you've ever traded with leverage and you've been liquidated, you know exactly what they're talking about here. how the market will continue to hunt down until they wipe out all that liquidity down low before immediately shooting up to the upside. The market was overheated. Funding fees were spiking, a sign of excessive longs. Open interest was rising rapidly. Too many traders were piling in. So when the market makers start to see people like trying to take advantage of the system, it's kind of like when you FOMO in at the top, you buy the top, and like everyone's talking about it. Oh, la, 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 it's going crazy. The market makers know this, and then they just dump the market, take all of that money, and then run it right back up. So that's why you only trade spot. And if you're trading with leverage, you do very, very small. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just financial entertainment and education. I'm just telling you from personal experience and my personal opinion, be very careful out there. Then something interesting happened. A strong buying pressure emerged on ETH, and ETH doesn't experience much drawdown compared to BTC. The volume is there too. Unusual sell-off in XRP happened. XRP's low liquidity made the move worse. XRP may have a large market cap, but its liquidity is still thin. And this is why XRP can surge hundreds of a percent or crash out of nowhere. Massive volume in ADA and USDC, FSUSD. When the dump started, these three saw insane volume. After a liquidation like this, there's usually what happens. Liquidations wipe out the weak hands. Smart money buys up the dip at a discount, and then the price snaps back quickly. The dump clears all the weak hand positions out and strong hands step in. So as we were talking about with meme coins, if you've ever been involved with the car crash, the video I sent you when I played you in the beginning, if you've ever been involved in a low cap altcoin and you buy in, right? And you buy it in like a $100,000 market cap. Or let's even take, for example, one of the coins that I've been talking about. One, it's a small cap gem that I think is going to do well, size. So what I'm looking for is just to push back above this trend line here, get itself some support, and then move back up to the 10 million and then continue on up. Now, again, this is a low cap gem, so you never know what's going to happen with these things. It could go to zero. Anything we talk about on this channel could go to zero. So do your own research. But they do have a very strong Twitter profile. Also interesting for them, their meme is based off of the Pepe frog, which is a derivative of the original Pepe meme. And what you've noticed over the last couple of days with X now having the ability to create memes on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, Elon has been posting out a junk ton of Pepe memes. So interesting for Pepe, the main coin, interesting for derivatives like size. So we'll see what happens on that as well. So when we look at the actual amount being reported, 24-hour wrecked report, $1.76 billion wrecked on long liquidations and short liquidations as well. So we can see here 1.58 billion on longs, 180 million on shorts getting wrecked. One of the other trending topics I wanted to bring up for you guys, because if you've been through one or two bull runs, you've probably been a part of this last issue here. Judge cancels ex-Celsius executive sentence after Alex Mashinsky plea deal. In a December 9th filing in the U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York, Judge John Codall approved a request by U.S. Attorney Damian Williams to cancel Cohen Pavin's sentencing hearing until after Mashinsky's, which is scheduled for April 2025. Williams said Cohen Piven provided information that may be relevant in his sentencing here. And the reason this is important for you is because Celsius filed for bankruptcy in 2020. It was one of the biggest crypto platforms to collapse amid that market meltdown, resulting in millions of users cut off, combined for billions of dollars held in their accounts. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried or former Binance CZ were both sentenced to time in prison on different charges. But in November, a bankruptcy judge approved a Celsius reorganization plan, setting the stage for debtors to distribute roughly $2 billion to the platform's creditors. So if you were out there and you were a Celsius member, you had some of the coins, pay attention to what's happening with this, because you may be owed part of this $2 billion. All right, and here it is. This just in from Brad Garlinghouse. We have final approval from NYDFS for RLUSD exchange, and partner listings will be live soon. And reminder, when RLUSD is live, you'll hear it from Ripple first, because remember, There were people out there making derivatives of RLUSD and trying to sell it to people and scamming them. Be very careful out there. And we got in the post here, RLUSD will do for XRP what USDT has done for BTC. And it's pretty miraculous timing because if you guys haven't heard, just in Coinbase to delist USDT and other non-compliant stablecoins in the European Union, Coinbase will remove stablecoins that don't meet EU's MiCA. And that's going to be happening on December 30th. So the great news is RLUSD is now launching, and it could replace, if it is MiCA compliant in Europe, USDT over there. There is also some good news for USDT today as well, though. Even though that bad news was a few days ago, Tether USDT is now accepted as a virtual asset in Abu Dhabi global market. That's a major move for USDT. But as we saw the original post here from Brad Garlinghouse and also Ripple, the company, RLUSD is launching soon. Stay vigilant and report any imposters or scams. Now, as you saw that other post below there stating that will this do for XRP what it did for BTC, USDT and BTC. And that is definitely a very huge possibility. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, first and foremost, it's a United States-based crypto. It just got approved from the United States District, the New York District Financial Services. Trump just said if you invest $1 billion in the United States, that he's going to give you special regulations. So the dominoes are lining up to have something explosive happening. And while we were talking here, we're going to take a look at the charts. XRP's new candle just launched, the 4-hour candle. And when we started this video, it was just about here at $2.16. As you can see, looks like the positive news may be kicking in. We're at $2.33. And as we've been talking about on this channel, following XRP over the last couple of days, make sure you subscribe so you're not missing out on any positive information. But we talked exactly about this. XRP's lower time frame was looking bad, right? It was melting off. It was not doing great. The higher time frame, the weekly, daily, and the higher time frame hourly, were still looking strong. What we need to see is right now, this is a very, very important scenario on the 4-hour chart. This needs to break through the 30 exponential moving average. Then we need to see a flip of the 10 exponential moving average like it did here, okay? Because we are not here yet. We can't say, oh yeah, we're back in the bulls, because we haven't gotten there yet. So when we take a look at, this is what we're looking at right now. This is what our chart looks like at the top. You got the 50, the 30, the 10. The 10 will roll over, and then we start to move to the upside. Then we have the 30 roll over. And when we go white, yellow, red to the upside, we moon, okay? So let's go to look at where we're at right now. Our white line is below the red and the yellow. So we need this to have a high velocity candle, which it is right now. So we got to keep pushing. If it rejects off this 30, we very likely could fall back down again. However, we have a 4-hour green dot looking very positive. Our VWAP is crossing over. Our VWAP had a bullish divergence. As we can see, price was continuing to fall, even though our VWAP was moving up. So after this candle closes in 2 hours and 55 minutes, we need to see a second candle, another high velocity candle like we saw here, velocity, second velocity, getting us back into bullish posture. Let's take a look at where resistance may be coming into play here. So at the top, we've got our green candle. So if you remember, is what we do, we turn on Heikin-Ashi candles and we watch where the shifts in colors happen. So for example, this was a nice push to the upside. Boom, we had one red candle here. That became our area of resistance, but we broke it. So now it became support, which is exactly where it tapped. Now we're going to do the opposite, because we saw this drop here. So this right here is a very important key level. And it looks like we're going to bust above that. Then it will become support and we can move up. Then we have to push through this level here. Then we'll get to this level here. Now these two overlap, and we've been talking about this right here. This was a really, really tough resistance to the upside because it was such a massive push. Let's switch back to traditional candles. And as you can see, we did surge through this area right here, which was going to be our resistance. As long as we continue holding above that, could become a support. Next level up, we got $2.57. This RLUSD giving us very positive news and very much the volume we needed to come in. So as we talked with the moving averages on the 4 hour, this is the 1 hour, you can see we were very bearish here. The yellow's riding down below, and you'll notice price likes to stay under that 10 exponential moving average or bounce off the 30 and reject. We have now surged through it and surged through the 30 and surged through the 50. So we're looking very strong here as long as we remain above these levels. And then you can also see here the 200 exponential moving average. We're above that as well. So back to bullish posture above 200, but we need to see these lines cross back above, which last time we saw this happen, but look at the velocity. It was just a tiny, tiny amount of volume coming in here as opposed to what's happening right now. Super candle, super candle, super candle, 4 really solid candles in a row, and we're still surging to the upside. So we'll go ahead and pan out the monthly here, and we're going to pull the fib. So we'll take this to here. So remember, our next level we have to break is this $2.63 level. We wicked into it on the monthly. You can see we wicked up there for a day and then retraced there and rejected off of it there and came back down. We are also support level here at the 618, right? So we busted through to the 786, came back down, retested off the 618. We never had a body candle close below there, moving back to the upside. So this level right here is going to be very important for us at $2.62 that we break through there, leading us back to the previous all-time high, $3.31. Then as we continue to move and stretch our legs with XRP and price discovery, looking for a $5.25, $5.30 exponential move. Now, I did want to show you guys this sneak peek of Altcoin Pro University. So when you sign up to be a member of our community, we have this classroom here, which has a bunch of information for you. For those of you that are brand new to crypto, it's going to be amazing. For those of you guys that are experts in crypto, we have some stuff that'll absolutely blow your mind, okay? So first and foremost, for new crypto foundations, the building blocks of Web3. And in fact, if you've been in crypto for years, but you've been a total degenerate and you only care about gambling and the money and you didn't care about the software and the actual technology, this will be very helpful for you as well. But we have diving into DeFi. We have portfolio deliberation, crypto tax mastery, mastering meme coins, whale tracking, all of this coming soon as well. So get in now. We've been live for just about a month now. We have 868 community members, and this is a literal community. Everyone is sharing their insights as well. Now, if you're a crypto expert and you're high value and you're sharing great information, it's gamified as well. Come in, share some great information, and as you can see, you can rank up on the leaderboards, which is really exciting. If you're new to crypto, you have no idea what to do, totally fine. You can just come through and read other people's posts, or you can also go into the general discussion and ask any question. Extreme questions, stupid questions, most questions get an answer, and we're here to help you.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. and the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. We have about 200 members right now, and we literally just launched like less than 5 days ago at the time of making this video. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.